Hello. One of the services in the workspace is the repair process. The repair process enables us to manage any damage or repair processes and share the information with other parties in the automotive market. It also allows us to send requests for parts trade with the arena of the trading. Let's start with describing the various parts of this service. In the upper screen we can see some searching fields that enable us to search for any records that was stored in the system. The keys can be vehicle registration code or other external code. When we click on the search button, we will see our searching results. For example, I will take this number as registration code. When I click on the search button, I will find some records that were stored in the system. The clear button will clear the searching fields. The recent button will bring us all the latest and recent records that we were working on. We have some other buttons like the new button to create any new estimate and repair process. Update, if we click on one of the estimates, it will be enable us to update the record or to make other operations like finish, closing or deleting the records. There is also the option to print the report from this button. Other operation can be done also by clicking on one of the records and viewing the contextual menu. We can update the estimate, finish, delete or print the estimate immediately from this menu. In the report itself we can see the date, the creation date, the registration code, the model of the car, of the vehicle, external code if there are any, record status if it's open or calculated, and the process of the status for this estimate, if it's ready, if it's waiting for approval or any other status. There is option also to make any sorting according to each and one of these columns. Let's start with creating a new repair process. In order to do that, you will need to click on the new button, and this operation will open a new screen, new estimate screen, which is actually a wizard that will take you step by step in order to fill up all the details for this repair process. The first field and the mandatory field is the registration code. We will put the registration code of the vehicle. If it's a new vehicle, we will type it. If it's a vehicle that already stored as a card in our system, we can search for it with this button. We will fill up all the external or order IDs if there are any. We can fill up the chassis number if we know it. The vehicle type, if we click on this button for example, it will open a list when we click on the search button of all the vehicle types, and we can define the vehicle for our use. The mileage, kilometer, and now we have the option to share this information, this estimated process, this repair process, with other parties. For example, we are logged in as the demo garage. We are opening a repair process now. we can share this information, this file, with the work provider. That can be either insurance company or fleet company or other big company. I can click on this button and I can search for the company that will be shared with this information. In this case, we will pick the demo insurer and we will add it into our file. The same we can do also with a third party, with an expert office. We can click on this button and we can share our information, our file, with the demo assessor office. After we did that, we have another options to use a predefined procedure agreement between the parties that are involved in this repair process, and to put it inside the terms and conditions into the repair process estimate. We will discuss it later. We have the demo user, which is the personnel that are preparing this estimate report, and we can put also its details or details to whom I'm going to send this report by mail. The next tab will be the estimate tab. We have some parameters that we can set for the estimate. For example, the activity type, which is the type of this repair process. It's a damage repair, maintenance, mechanical repair, or vehicle checkup. Let's pick the damage repair. Vehicle value, damage percent, all of these details can be put in this tab. We have the repair days that are calculated and the repair days that are approved. Default price options, it means the policy to how I will pick up and select the prices from the multi-cut system. In this case, we will take the lowest price that we have in the system to be chosen. Part discount, if there is any, and labor discount, also if there are any discounts on the work labor. The labor rates is another tab where we define the exact labor rate per hour and refinish rate per hour. This can be a default parameter that comes from the system or can be changed and customized for a specific file that we are opening. Refinish type will define the type of process of the painting. Refinish unit rate, this will define how much it will cost for 1 unit decimeter of space for the refinishing process. All these parameters, the masking time, drying facilities, service time, are also involved with the formula to calculate the refinish process. At the end, we always can click on the reset, this reset button, to turn back to the default values. After we have concluded all the details to the estimate card, we can now go to the next stage of this wizard, which will be the model definition. We click on the next button and we come to the list of makes and models that we have in Multicut. From this list, we can pick the make and the model that we would like to make the estimate for. Another option is to type the exact model and to get immediate results. For example, 307 will bring Peugeot 307, and we can pick this model again. When we pick the model and make, a list of years of production will appear. I will pick the exact one, and this will bring us to the model definition, the main properties of this vehicle. If we know the exact properties, we can put them inside. Model definition of body type, private, 4 doors, with a tailgate, engine capacity, and the transmission type. This action will reduce dramatically all the questions that the catalog will ask me when I am picking and selecting the parts to replace or repair. The activity type, as we mentioned before, is on damage repair. This will determine the interface of the catalog, of the multi-cat catalog, if it's for repair or for maintenance. There is another option of looking for a specific model. It can be by the chassis code or any code that we have in this system. Let's go next with the wizard, and this will bring us to the catalog itself. On the multi-cat catalog, we can see the following categories: front, rear, side, engine, cooling system, etc. Under these categories we have the subjects, which are the group of parts, and for each subject you will have a list of parts that are related to this subject. If we will click on the rear category, we will have the rear image with its subjects and list of parts. We can also click on the catalog image itself, on the part, like the hood, to select. This will bring us the exact group of parts that are related to this area. Let's take the hood. We'll go back to the main subject of the front. We can take some other parts, for example, front bumper, left fender. These are parts that are going to be replaced. If you would like to repair the left fender, for example, we will click on this checkbox to repair. That will open a new screen where all the details of the labor will be included. We have the description, we have the time estimation, we can use the plus and minus in order to put this estimation, or use the predefined values. We can do it also by price instead of time. Let's leave it on this option. Here we have the information about the labor code, procedure, if there is any inside, will be included in this section, this tab, and the labor details, which are the labor of remove and reinstall and the refinish. Each one of these details can be changed and modified according to what is the estimate. Let's go on, put also the radiator to replace. I can also click on the radiator itself, on the part. That will bring me all the catalog numbers from the multicat. In this case we have 2 catalog numbers. We click on one of them, we will have the list of prices that are coming from our database. We have the Peugeot, we have the Citroën cross-reference to the same number with its prices. Let's pick this one. After we did this, we can go on next with the wizard. That will bring us to the estimate result. The estimate results are the calculation for a unique catalog number with its price. In this section, we have the list of parts that we've selected. Some of them already with the price. It means that this is a unique price, unique catalog number for this part according to the definition of the vehicle. If there is a button, the option buttons, it means that there are more than one options to this part. We can click on it and we can see the list of catalog numbers that we have to choose from. The description can help us with picking the right one. If I'm clicking on one of them, I will have the list of prices that are related to this catalog number. Otherwise, if we click on the cancel here, we can define the exact properties that are the catalog is asking me. For example, headlamp, cleaner, with or without, in this case without, and front fog lamp, also without. We can save these options, and now we have the unique choice for this part of the front bumper. Here we will see the model definition that we have accumulated with this wizard. We can see only the required ones. If we would like to see also optional definitions, we can click on this radio button and see the rest. If we would like to see all of the options, we can click on this radio button and see all the options of the definition of this vehicle. Of course, in this catalog, only the parts that have been selected will define the questions to the properties of this vehicle. After we did this calculation, we can go next with the wizard, and it will bring us to the main report. On this main report of the repair process, we can find various sections. In the upper screen we can find the button menu, which will bring us to the phases we've done with the wizard before: the details, the vehicle definitions, the catalog, etc. Beneath that we will find all the details of this estimate. Here we have the section of the parts with the catalog numbers, descriptions and the prices. And over here we'll find all the labor definitions and its prices also. At the end we will have also the total. If we would like to make some modification in the report, we can always click on one of the items, like the hood for example. That will open the parts details screen, where we can make some modifications if you would like, in the quantity or in the price. For doing this, we will have to click on the change button. Clicking on this button will open the fields to modification. We can change the price, we can change the catalog numbers, we can change the part type, or write down some remarks. We can see also the procedure, if there is any, inside, and the labor details. Of course, everything can be modified. After we modify this item, it will appear in a different color. As you can see here, the modified item is black instead of green that are coming from the database of the multicut. Another option is to add another item, part or label, manually. If you click on this button, it will open the same parts detail screen empty, and we can write down our part definition, of course with all its details and price. The same thing we can do also for the label. We can add a label from a list or manually write it down. If we click on the list, we'll have a list of labels that we can choose from, like the body repair, and I can add it into the system. We can always go to the catalog itself by clicking on this button to add or modify the various parts. This will open again the interface of the catalog, and we can choose from the list another part to repair or to replace. We continue with the wizard to calculate again. Another definition of the vehicle is being presented. We'll have to answer to this question and save the options to have the full calculation. Next, and we have the report modified with the new part. At the end, what we get is a full estimate report, of which we have all the details, parts, labor, and the total sum. We can now make several operations with this report. First of all, we can export this report into external file as data fields. If we click on the export button, it will ask us in the dialog which lines and data we would like to export into the file. This, of course, will be very useful to external systems. Otherwise, we can print the report. Clicking on the print button, it will open a new dialog, of which will ask us also which format would we like to print and to show the report, in PDF format, HTML, or to send this document as attachment in an email. More than this, we can choose the sections of the report that we would like to demonstrate. After we choose everything, we click on the Finish button, and it will open the report in the format we asked. In this case, PDF. We have the full price quote with the details, with all the sections, parts, labor, remove and reinstall, and at the end the total. We can close that. To conclude the repair process, we will need to click on the Finish button. This will open a wizard that will take us step by step in order to conclude the repair and the estimate process. First of all, it will ask us if to lock the estimate for further modification. Then we can send the request also for parts price quote for the trading system in order to get some offer from the market. We can send the estimate by email as an attachment, and we can notify other entities regarding this estimate in the internal system. As we began, we put the demo insurer as a participant in this repair process. This will share this estimate with this entity. When we go next, it will bring us to the part selection of which we are going to send to the parts suppliers, to the trading system. We can select or deselect all these parts, and then we go next, which we have all the details of the part request, description, the model, and the suppliers, list of suppliers of which I'm going to send this request. We can choose from the list who will be the suppliers to offer their quotes. After that, we can go next, and this will bring us to the stage where we decide and determine what section of this report will be shown and shared with other parties. Print part prices, labor prices, refinish, etc. Also, the price quotes that comes from the trading system can be included in this report. After that, we will go to the last stage of this wizard. On this stage, we can modify our message that we are going to send to all the participants in the repair process. We can write out a contact person. We can add some more entities to be notified about the repair process. In this case, we have the demo insurer, and we can add, by clicking on the select button, another entity like the demo assessor office to be also notified about this process. And we can also add an external mail, which will get the message by attachment. At the end, we can write down our message or modify it, and when we click on the finish button, this will make all the process of sending all the participants this message and sending a request for the trade process. After concluding the repair process and sending the information to the other participants, we will see on the screen two new tabs. The first is confirmation, and the second is trade. In the confirmation tab, we will see the full picture and overview of all the versions of the various participants in this information. First, we have the description with a list of parts and labor, and then we will have a column of the initial estimate, which will be closed and remain like this, and we will have some other column of which one of them is the repairer, my estimate. The other one will be the work provider's estimate, another version, which is the insurer in this case. If there is another participant, there could be also the assessor versions. And we will have also the trade offers, the offers and quotes that we got from the trading system. From this screen, we can supervise and look of all the changes that have been made in the various versions. At the end, we will have the differences between the various estimates. In the trade tab, we will see also the offers and requests that we have made for the trading system. The list of parts with the initial price, the original, and the quotes that we got from the market. On this we conclude the first stage of the repair process. Now, going back with this button will bring us to the main directory of all our files in the system. We can always see the same file that we've worked on and its status now, which is calculated and with the estimate ready. We will now wait for the other participants to respond on this estimate. Logging in now into the system of the insurance company, we can go to see the same file that was shared with us from the repair. First of all, we can go to our mail system. In our mail office, we will find several inboxes. In the office inbox, we can find some notification about the estimate that was done and the repair process that was sent to us. Clicking on this record, we can make several things. We can go into the document, we can reply, forward, or do any operation on this message. Let's go inside into the document to see the full report. Clicking on this will bring us into the estimate that was done by the repairer. The same estimate with all the details. When we go into the confirmation button or tab, we can see here on this screen the various versions of all the participants in the repair process. The work providers, the insurance company's version, the repairers, and of course the initial estimate. We also can see the trade offers that we got from the market. On this stage, the insurance company's supervisor can make its own decisions regarding approve or disapprove some of the items in the estimate. For example, for the offers that he got from the trade, he can approve them, of course the lowest price, and can click on the confirm button in order to move these items into the work provider's estimate. This will immediately show the effect between the versions and the differences, price and other characters. We can also disapprove some of the items like the body repair label. If we would like to update it, we can open this item from here and to change the price from 500 to 250, for example. Making this change will be immediately seen on this screen. When we finish to go on and work on the version of the work providers, we can click on the finish button in order to approve our estimate. This will open a dialog of which will ask us several things. Again, if we would like to lock this estimate for further modifications or leave this estimate in the place where it is, we can send a new request for parts if we would like, for some parts that were not involved in the trading system. In this case we can discard this, and we can notify or send mail again to the participants about the changes we have done. Clicking on the next button, we can notify the demo garage on the changes that have been done in the estimate in order to balance it. We click on the finish And now our process, our estimate, is confirmed, and the repairer got a notification in his internal mail. Let's go back to the main directory. Again, if we will see the status of this file, we will see now that it's confirmed. The version of this file is number 3, and the process status is unbalanced. Logging in now as the garage, as the repair system, we can see in our internal mail another notification about the change that have been done in this estimate. We can click on it in order to get inside. In this document, we will see our estimate, and in the confirmation tab, we can see the changes that the insurance company, the work provider, has done on his version. In this case, we can approve or balance this estimate with the insurance company confirmed version. We will check it all and confirm it into our estimate. This will copy the items into the estimate and will update it. Now, when we are balanced between the versions, we can finish this estimate and conclude this process. Now the two versions are confirmed. Now we can go back to the main directory and we can see the status of our file. This file, the record status is confirmed and the process status is completed. This will conclude the repair process.